Okay, we're going to look at Sodalite. That's what I'm currently tumbling here. Didn't get the first batch of it, or step of it, on video. It spent 5 days in a rotary tumbler with 3 tablespoons of 60-90 coarse grit and some ceramic pellet. Wasn't shaking quick enough, so I removed the pellet and finished it off for the last 2 days in the tumbler. Get a little bit better shape without the pellet in there. Now it's been in medium grit, 120, 220 silicon carbide here for 1 day, 24 hours in the Vibe tumbler here, and we'll take a look at it. Now, just so you know, this is about the remnants anyway of about 4 pounds of Sodalite. I put in 5 tablespoons of sugar in here and 3 tablespoons of the silicon carbide, 120, 220. And we'll take a look here, see how it's looking. Not a real colorful piece. Now Sodalite here is moles 5.5. The white is softer. That's like a 3. Find something else here. That's a more colorful piece. It does tend to undercut, so you don't want to tumble it too long. Longer it spends tumbling, more chance you have of ruining it. So it's not something I'm going to go for perfect perfection by all means. I would rather live with a few minor imperfections in the rock and still come out with decent looking stone. Like that one's got a little bit of a ridge there. That's a nice looking piece. Now because, that is sunrise, what they call sunrise Sodalite, because of the reddish color in there, pinkish color, which is feldspar. It's got an imperfection on that side, but because that band is so wide, it is going to tend to disappear if I tumble it too long, so that's an imperfection I'm going to live with. Well, I'm going to get some water in here, clean this up a little bit, and then we'll get a wash cycle going. Now, as you can see, this is pretty interesting looking type of rock. Lots of color to it. Some darker pieces, almost black. Deep royal blue. Lots of different coloration to it. Now let's get it back in the vibe and we'll start our... First, after you get your stuff back in the tumbler, you want 5 tablespoons of sugar. This is to help make the slurry thicker because you're not putting a lot of grit in. And also it helps cushion the rocks. I always add just a tiny bit of soap, which is to help keep stuff from sticking to the side so much. And now we'll add the grit. Okay, so that is 5 tablespoons of fine grit, 500 silicon carbide. I use 3 tablespoons of it. Gives a little bit better cushioning. I could get by with 2 but I would rather have a little bit better cushioning. I will probably have some leftover grit in there when this next 24 hours is done, same as I did with the medium grit. Now we'll get her started up and start adding water to it. Okay, just came out of a wash. They were in 500 grit silicon carbide, and we're going to put them back in, move them on to 1000 grit silicon, or 1000 grit aluminum oxide, get a little bit better polish to them, or smooth them out some more. Okay, so back in the tumbler again. It's got 5 tablespoons of sugar in there for cushioning. It's also got 3 tablespoons of 1000 grit aluminum oxide. And we're going to put a little bit more soap in there again. And also put in 2 tablespoons of water, so we'll see how she starts to go. I think that'll be enough water for the moment. I'll just let her go for a little bit, come back and give her a check. Okay, we're now moving on to the polish stage. We have our rocks in here, plus 5 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cerium oxide. I would normally do 3 tablespoons in here, but I know 2 tablespoons will work. And since cerium oxide is $16 a pound, I'll be a little more frugal with it. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of water as we start it going, and get it going to a slurry. Okay, we're done with the polishing stage here. Now we'll get a cleanup on them and let them dry so we can see what the polish looks like, and then we'll probably burnish them after that. Okay, we've got the rocks back out of the tumbler. Just finished a 2-hour burnish with ivory soap only. Well, ivory soap and a little bit of Dawn mixed in there. Now we're going to take them upstairs, get them all washed off. Then we'll bring them back down here, let them dry for a little bit, and check the polish out. Okay, this is our first tumbling of Sodalite. Did take a pretty decent, good polish with the cerium oxide polish. Got a nice shine to it. I only got a few of these though that I think I'm going to leave as is. Not real happy with the rest of the way it came out. The issue being is had 5 days in coarse polish with pellet, and then I took the pellet out and left the last 2 days with the coarse polish, and it got too many rough areas still in it. I went ahead and ran it on through the rest of the cycles first, just to see how it would come out. Didn't want to tumble it too much, but I think I'm going to take the risk and retumble the majority of it. I'll put it back in the coarse for 24 hours, maybe 48 hours max, and then I'll do just 24 hours to 12 hours on each of the following grits, just to keep an eye on it, because I know the more I tumble it, the worse it's probably going to get. But too many rough spots, and I ended up with too many cracks showing up, so I'm not pleased with it that way. So I am going to tumble it some more, but these ones here I am happy with as far as the way they came out, and the rest of it is going to go back in. But the cerium oxide does work for a polish on it. Came out nice and shiny, so we'll give her another go.